And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me this week is Steve.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it been going, homie?
I can't complain, Bearded Geek. How are you doing?
Been a good week of movies. All right, we are going to be discussing the movie Oscar. Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about this movie?
Absolutely. Made in 1991 with a running time of 1 hour and 49 minutes. It's a John Landis classic, if you ask me. A gangster attempts to keep the promise he made to his dying father that he would give up his life of crime and go straight. And only hilarity and chaos ensues.
That is true. Before we give our initial thoughts of this movie, let's check out the trailer.
Yes, let's.
The year is 1931, and gangster Snaps Provolone is in control. The police are powerless. His rivals are helpless. No one in the entire city dares to defy him.
No one.
Except his daughter.
I'm a modern 30s woman. Look!
Put that away of your father!
She'll do anything, anywhere, with anybody.
Your daughter and I are lovers. What?
Did he tell you I was pregnant?
What?
Touchstone Pictures presents Sylvester Stallone in the story of a father
What we need is a husband.
trying to find someone
No, look at us.
who will marry
No,
his daughter.
no.
I've decided to go away to a convent.
Well, you're a little late.
Maybe it'll be Anthony,
But I love Thornton!
or Thornton,
I want Oscar!
or Oscar.
Who's Oscar?
He's got pimples!
A couple of dates with you and that'll clear up.
But whoever she decides to spend her life with,
You mean she's having the chauffeur's baby?
it's sure to ruin his life.
I just came from Lisa's bedroom.
You and everybody else.
Sylvester Stallone, Oscar.
I am so confused because that is not what this movie is about at all.
It's not.
That is a
It really
subplot. That whole trailer is a subplot to the movie.
And then I could only find two trailers, and they were both basically the same thing. Yeah.
Why did I don't even I'm
Yeah.
so confused. That's not even what this movie is about.
Not at all.
That's like 30 minutes of the movie. If that, oh my God, I am so confused after seeing. Why would you play that trailer? I am so confused.
Because that's what we do here. That's what we do here. Steve, why don't you just go ahead and give us your first initial thoughts?
I mean,
of
I
this
love
movie?
I love this movie, but not based off of that trailer, because if that's the trailer I saw, I'd be expecting a lot more Marissa Tomei in that movie, and there's not a lot of Marissa Tomei in that movie.
Mm-mm.
I love this movie. I saw it when it first came out in the theater. I loved it for its like random claymation opening that has nothing to do with the actual movie.
Nothing to do with the movie.
It's a great film. I mean, for me, I understand how it can be portrayed as a bad movie. I do not think that it did particularly well in the box office. I know that it was but even then, it was #1 in the box office for at least 1 week. So I love this movie so much. It's got a great cast. It's quotable for me. It's just a fun one. What about you, Bearded Geek? What did you think of this movie?
I fully wanted to go into this movie and dog on it. Like I wanted to dog this movie so bad, but I cannot. This movie was fun. It kept me entertained. There was parts where I actually laughed out loud. Um, and you're right. The trailer for this movie doesn't know justice. It's all about Sylvester Stallone trying to go from being a gangster into trying to be clean. It's his dad's dying wish for him to be clean.
Kirk Douglas, his dying father. Okay, let's just start getting into the cast real quick, because it's just you and me. So the movie starts with Sylvester Stallone, and here I'm gonna get his name real quick. With Peter Regert, right? You get this is the first movie that Chaz Palminteri was in. You also have Paul Greco, who was in a bunch of stuff in the 80s.
Mhm.
That's just the opening crew. Then you have the priest of Don Amici. Then you have the dying father
Mr. Duke, if you will.
of Kirk Douglas. Like, you have Sophia Loren playing, I believe, his wife. You have Marissa Tomei. You have Tim Curry. You have I just forgot his name. Well, you have Kurtwood Smith. That's not whose name I forgot. You have Art LaFleur. You have Eddie Bracken. Like, there are just so many names in this movie, along with Martin Ferrero, the lawyer, one of the Finucci's, the lawyer from Jurassic Park. Like, it's just bonkers the amount of people. Even down to what's his nut from
One of
Animal.
one of the bankers, the thing I
Mark
know.
Metcalf.
Yeah, one of the bankers. I know him from Seinfeld because he was the not the pianist, but the conductor
Okay.
guy from Seinfeld. Then you have the bad guy from Die
Animal.
Hard. Die Hard, not the bad guy, but the reporter from
Oh, sure. Oh, what is his name? That's
in
another.
Ghostbusters.
That's William. That's William Antherton. I'm always going to remember him from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I know him from both. When I see him, it's Die Hard first, and then Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters first, then Biodome, then Die Hard.
I can see that, but yeah,
I mean, the people in this movie, they just, bro, this
great
cast
cast,
is so crazy.
great cast. All right, let's go ahead and jump into ratings then.
Oh,
Uh,
9 out of 10. I
9
mean,
out of 10.
yeah, eat, jump, just that's the gun. That's me not even thinking about it. 9 out of 10. I understand it's a bad movie. And there are just there's a little bit of cringe to it at points for me that takes away that perfect 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I love this movie. I could put this movie on for background noise. I could watch this movie just about any day of the week. Bearded Geek.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go as high as 9, but I'll go 8.5. I'll go 8.5, and that is I was not expecting to give that score. This movie, believe it or not, reminds me of Clue. I don't know why, and it's like Clue with bags instead of Mr. Body. It's the bags. It's the constant switching and changing and going from this room to another. The Finucci brothers stay and stuff like that. It just reminds me of Clue. Other than that, yeah,
And it has Tim Curry.
it does have Tim Curry, but it reminded me of Clue before Tim Curry even showed up. So it's Clue with Sylvester Stallone. Who wouldn't love that? So that's what this movie reminds me of. 8.5 for me. I do have some fun facts for this.
Let's hear him.
Let's see. One night after filming Wrapped, a fire destroyed several sets, many of the actors' trailers, among them Tim Curry's, all of the costumes, and 21 valuable vintage cars. Production was halted for 2 weeks while they were remaking all of the costumes. A Universal security guard hired to guard the cars later admitted to setting the fire.
Whoa.
Yes.
I was bored. I just set the fire. I know. I'm sorry.
This was the first feature film to be shot at MGM Disney Studios in Orlando, Florida. Let's see. This movie was based on the 1958 French play Oscar. And appearing as the title character Oscar, this is Jim Mulholland's only movie.
You said his name and I was like, I don't know who that is. So that would be why.
That would be. I kept waiting for Oscar to show up. I mean, he is the title character,
right? And it's just that's probably why that it gets that point less from me. The movie is called Oscar, and it's about the busboy or the chauffeur, and then he shows up at the very end, and he's just hauled right off.
This whole movie is all about misdirection, right down to the trailer for the movie.
It really is.
It is. This whole movie is misdirection. Steve, do you have anything for soundtrack?
Yeah, The Barber of Seville. That is the
That's it.
essential soundtrack. Is even the between scenes is like it's just it's The Barber of Seville.
Okay, I got you. All right, let's do some. Let's do some off the top of our dome related reels, shall we?
Yeah, I got a great one for Chaz Palminteri. It's going to be the movie that I always recommend for him, and that's going to be Pool Hall Junkies. It's a great flick that came out in the late '90s, early aughts. It's directed and written by a dude named Mars Callahan. It's all about billiards. Chaz Palminteri, Christopher Walken, Allison Eastwood, and then of course you also have Bronx Tale. I'm sure he's been in other stuff, but
I'll go ahead and go an easy one. Sylvester Stallone. I'll go Cliffhanger.
Ooh,
I will go Over the Top, and let's see if I can find an. We'll go Rambo.
I was going to say Tango and Cash.
Oh, Tango and Cash is going. Okay. Any more that you would like to go for?
Yeah, of course, Tim Curry. Who wouldn't want to talk about Tim Curry? You're, of course, going to have the amazing Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
The previously mentioned Clue, and go check it out for the funsies, Congo.
Okay. There you have it for related reels off the top of the dome, because we didn't plan that segment. All right. As we come to a close, Steve, where can people find you on your podcast?
Oh, the last podcast you'd want. Available on every major podcasting outlet. Oh, ding, 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 ding. The last podcast you'd want. That's right. It's me and a bunch of other people that you've heard of and some people you haven't heard of. Talking about entertainment, movies. For like 3 years, I had a basic hour plus interview format with all the names you've heard. I've switched it up, bringing on special guest co-hosts, talking about movies in the theater, TV shows, all that fun jazz. The last podcast you want, tip the field, try the staff. Thank you all for coming. And if you didn't, better luck next time.
You can also find Steve on the Mod Squad, Layeth the Squad Down. It is a wrestling review and recap show where myself also on that show. You can also find the Mod Squad Horror, the Mod Squad Movie Talk Mondays, and the Mod Squad Gamer show. We also have a live show that we do every Saturday night where we have a giveaway. All right, guys. If you would, please do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumb and hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Like, share. Let's blow this up, everybody. All right, as we come to a close. Okay. Okay. We're back to
down Periscope.
Back to down Periscope. As we come to a close, so for Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, keep it retro, everybody.